Hello everyone and welcome back to a new video. If I sound a bit congested, it's because I'm just getting over a cold as I'm filming this, so I apologize about that, but I hope it won't bother you or me too much. Today I'm back with a video about thrift store almosts, things I've seen throughout the year so far and for whatever reason not gotten, but I've liked it enough to take a picture or a video of it. And I'm not going to go through everything because I do have a folder of like 73 things or something. So that's 71. I was going to say only 62, but it was only 62 pictures and then 9 videos. So I'm just going to go through some of these with you and talk about why I didn't get them. I guess I just wanted to reminisce a little bit because sometimes I can leave something behind and then go, oh, I wish I would have gotten that. But I'm hoping that this will make me realize that, well, I didn't actually like the material, or it didn't fit that well, or whatever. So without further ado, let's go. So the first thing I want to show you, and I'm going to put pictures up on the screen for you, and I'll be looking down at my phone so I can reminisce about what I'm looking at. The first thing is actually not something that was for me, but I wish I would have tried. In January, my husband and I went on a little thrifting trip, not very far, but like an hour away, stayed over a couple of days and did a bunch of things, not just thrifting. And I found him a button down and a sweatshirt, which I have paired together like so. And I think that this combo is so good. I'm still not over it. It's been months. It didn't fit him, so he didn't get it. And I'm aware that the red isn't the same red and, the yellow isn't the same yellow, but I feel like it looks so good. I feel like it really works, and I wish I would have tried it on. I think it would have been too big for me, but I really liked the look of it, and I wish these two pieces were in my collection. Next up, we have a really bad picture because I didn't know I was going to make this video. I took this picture to send to someone, and now looking back at it, why didn't I care more? But this shirt is 100% silk, and I don't own anything silk. I don't know if I should. I don't know exactly how to clean it and all that, but these colors are just, they're amazing. But I didn't try it on, and it wasn't meant to be for me. Now, if you've been here before, you know I have a love for white button downs or white shirts. And I found one, and the reason I didn't get this is because of the material, because it was at least in part polyester. But look at how cool this is. I love the, I was gonna say tuxedo moment going on the chest. I'm not sure that's actually the correct term, but it's giving me that. And then it had embroidery on the collars. It had mushrooms and a hedgehog and some autumn leaves, and I think it's incredibly cool. And also, yes, also the buttons for hedgehogs. It's the ultimate fall shirt. But it was at least in part polyester, and I don't want to be buying polyester. Okay, we're back after a brief intermission of the camera battery dying, the SD card being full, and my portable hard drive, where I store everything, apparently being corrupted and not able to accept any more files. It's great. It's great. Let's continue. Okay, next I want to show you two things that are very, very similar, and I still feel a little bit like I wish I would have gotten them, or one of them. So first we have this blazer. I saw this when me and my husband and Teresa were gonna meet up and go look at fridges and freezers because we were remodeling our kitchen, and I got there first, and there's a secondhand store almost next door. It's 3 minutes away. So I went in there, and I wasn't really gonna look for anything, but Teresa, which I will leave a link up here to her capsule wardrobe that we did, she has much more of a grungy alternative style than I do, and she wears a lot more dark muted colors. And also this, I saw this blazer and I could not look at it. I could not look at it. That was one too many knots. I could not look at it. I had to look at it. And I even convinced her and Marcus to come by that store and meet up there and then go look at fridges and freezers so she could try this on. Sadly, it was too big. In her opinion, I thought it looked great, but she thought it was too big, and so it was left behind. and I never tried it on. But I do have this picture from, let's see. So the picture I just showed you was from the 20th of March. And then I have this picture from the 27th of May. And that is of me trying on a very, very similar blazer. This is from a different store. They're close to each other, but I hope no one bought the blazer in one place, realized it didn't work, and then handed it off to the second one. They might have, but when I've looked at the details of these pictures, they don't quite match. There are differences between the two blazers. But I do have this picture of me trying on a blazer very similar to it, and I didn't like the way this fit. I like the way it looks. I'd like something similar, but it wasn't quite right. I got some other stuff during this trip that were better, not the same, but better. But apparently I might be looking for a plaid, red and black, red and green plaid blazer. Now we're hopping a bit all over the place here. I want to jump ahead to when I was in Edinburgh in June. Me and my two friends were at Coburn Street, spelled like this, pronounced Coburn Street, apparently, and not like something you should go see a doctor about. Either way, there is a store on, I love that street, first of all. On that street at Pie in the Sky is where I got my run and fly axolotl dungarees. There was so many words, run and fly. Pie in the sky, axolotl. There were many words, and I didn't mean for the two things to rhyme. But like 3 doors down from there is a vintage store, a chain vintage store. There were a few of them around Edinburgh, probably other places, and I went to 2 of their locations, this being one of them. It's called W. Armstrong and Son Vintage Clothing Emporium. Very many words again. But I tried on this dress. This dress is so good. This dress is so good. And I wondered if the waist was a little bit too low. I wanted it to be a little bit higher. But it was so good. And it was vintage. And it was 25 quid. And that was the price I was willing to pay for it. And my friends had left the store to look at something else. And so I stepped out from behind the curtain in the fitting room. And I asked a woman who was there with her daughter, it turned out. I asked, like, does this look good? Does this fit me? Does it, because I needed outside input, and they were very nice and they said it looked great. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get it. I'm so gonna get it. Until I took it off and I looked at the tag, the materials tag, and it turned out that I think it was like 50% polyester, 75% polyester, which is not weird for a vintage piece, but it didn't feel like polyester. And it made me so sad because I do have this self-imposed rule. If it is something I wanted to be able to wash, I don't want it to be more than 25% polyester plastic, basically. Preferably not at all, but 25 is my limit, and I want to lower that as time goes on. And I did actually buy a sweater this summer that turned out to be more than that because I didn't check the tag and I was so sure that it wasn't. So mistakes are fine, but this being so high a percentage of polyester made me so sad, and I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it, so I had to leave it behind, and I miss it. I wish I had it, but I wish it was mine and not polyester, If it had been 100% cotton, if it had been I'm fine with viscose, depending on the feel of the viscose. If it had been linen, whatever, perfect dress. But with it being polyester, I could not make myself do it. And I'm proud of myself for, standing my ground or whatever. But it's a beautiful dress. It would have been perfect for summer. It would have been perfect in winter with like a cardigan and thick tights and all that. And I love this style of dress. But alas, in the window of that store was also this dress. And I love it. It's a midi dress. It's a denim dress. The buttons down the front, the shape of the neckline, the way they've styled it too, but it's amazing. And I did ask the shop assistant if it was possible to try that on, and she said no, they don't want to change out their window display until a set date, and I respect that. But it's such a gorgeous dress. She did offer to like check what size it was and let me know so I could come back for it. But we were only there for 4 days and the change out date was after we were going to go home. But I would like to find something like this because I love it. Now I want to skip ahead to the last item I have in this album, which is a skirt. And the pictures of me trying it on aren't great, so I apologize for that, but I'll give you a picture as well of like the print up close. And it's this skirt. This skirt was cotton. It was cotton lined. It had a beautiful print. It had a really interesting like waistband area. I think that looked really good. It was very, it made the skirt look very poofy, and we know I like poofy skirts. It was a midi length. The colors, I'm going to show you the colors better. Amazing. I loved it, but it was too small. It was too small. And it wasn't too small in a way that I could let it out a little bit and make it work. It would have needed to be like an inch larger. And it's so sad, and I love it so much. And it was also a little bit more expensive perhaps than what I would have liked to pay for it. But it was incredible if it had fit. But I am of the strong belief, like, you can alter things, surely. I do that too. But clothes are supposed to fit you. Clothes are supposed to fit me. I'm not supposed to fit the clothes. And I didn't get it. And again, had it been a bigger size, do I find it again in a bigger size? It might very well enter my wardrobe. But this was not it. Alright, lastly, I want to jump back to like May time and show you one last dress. This was so cool, and it was sort of, to me, it was sort of like witchy, hippie, something combination. It had this uneven, or it was even, but like spiky is not the right word, triangular shaped hem, I don't even know, and some nice like embroidery, and yeah, you can look at it yourself. I don't need to explain it to you, do I? This was so cute, but it was too big. It was like 2 or 3 sizes larger than I normally would have gone for. But usually in a thrift store, you don't really have a choice between, oh, I'll try on that or that. That's a size up from that one. Usually there's just one of each item, and I really want to try it on. And the weird thing is that it was too big in the back. Like, there was way too much fabric, like armpit and back, sort of. But it was too tight over my stomach, and I'm not sure how that happened, but it was so cool. And I do still think about this dress as well sometimes. I've been back to that store since, and it was nowhere to be found. But yeah, it's really cool. And I do realize as I'm going through these and showing them to you, my style is all over the place, which isn't weird, which isn't unusual, which isn't news to me. I know, trust me. But I think I could maybe find some like common denominators in my style. Like, I do like my midi skirts and dresses. Several of these things, 4 of these things at least, have been a midi length, you know? So that's a consistency. But I have shown you 3 different dresses with 3 very different silhouettes. And I don't think the blazer I showed you goes with any of them, and so on. But I like that as well. I like having versatility, and I like going like, oh, today I feel a bit grungy. I rarely feel grungy, but you get what I mean. And today I feel like a floral princess cupcake. You know, I like that. But I'm getting carried away, and I'm just going to end the video here. I would love to know down below if you liked any of these pieces, first of all, but also if you take pictures of things that you almost got or you liked but didn't get, and if you ever reminisce about those. I don't tend to reminisce about them a lot. The thing is, I'm very bad at actually looking at pictures I've taken. I take a bunch of pictures and then I just never see them again. I never look at them again. So this, having been in my mind, is different to my normal, I guess. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'll be back with another video soon, so I hope to see you then. Bye!